Can an agreed work-related reference be included in an employment-related settlement agreement? I'm Richard Hiron, also known as the Hironator, and I'm an employment law solicitor. The answer to this question is possibly, because it depends on whether you and your employer can agree the terms of that reference. If you can, it's usually wise to have it attached as part of the settlement agreement, with wording in the settlement agreement not only for what will be included in the reference, but covering the circumstances when it will be given out, and also circumstances on whether it might need to be changed in the future. So, for example, in relation to both of those, first of all, you might want something in the agreement about what will be sent out in writing to a potential new employer of yours. Also, if that potential new employer calls the employer, your current employer, or your most recent employer up, what would you want them to be saying verbally? Would you want it to be consistent with what's written down, or would you want further information to be given in that conversation? The second point is essentially if the employer discovers something about you in the future and needs to change the reference, what would you want to happen then? Would you want them to contact you to try and negotiate changes in the reference? Or would you want them to just essentially change it themselves, or to not give a reference whatsoever? So there are a lot of things to be considered in the giving of a reference, and if it's included in the settlement agreement, then it's important to also be very clear over the terms under which it's actually being given. So I hope that's answered the question. In the meantime, if you're finding a settlement agreement hard, bring it to Richard.